Alright, let's do it. Is the female gaze real? Both are hot. I don't know about that. I'm not a furry.
Extra Tug is $1 a week. It is $1 a week, and you get exclusive content. You get a lot of cool things. I mean, what are you spending $1 a week on? Gumballs?
Gumballs, yeah.
You know, and I'm putting a lot of work in here. ExtraTug.com, exclusive content. Check it out. Women, what's going on there? What
a lot. Women are not okay. I don't think anybody's okay at this point, though.
Confusing concept. The majority of my adolescent life was spent trying to get any attention from women as a group. And this becomes frustrating because as a man, especially
women are so fucking hard to read. Even as a woman myself, I just can't tell what women want sometimes. They're so difficult.
Especially a young man, I still have no clue as to what attracts them. I have a girlfriend. She loves me very much.
Aww.
She'll see me without my clothes on and say, "Good God, that's the best."
Holy shit, he's a hairy man.
Think you're mentally ill, and I'm so lucky to have
filter?
accidentally tricked you into loving me. Because the female gaze is very different from the male gaze. Now, I'm not.
You know, that's kind of a funny one because girls do like looking at other girls' boobs, even if they're straight. Yeah, like, boobs are nice.
Talking about what men see in women, because what men see in women is big bazongas, and we high-five each other. But when a man sees another man, we don't understand why a woman would find a certain man attractive. Think of Thor in the Marvel movies. Chris Hemsworth. Think of Thor. We think, okay, that's what a woman wants. Big muscles, tall boy, blonde hair, blue eyes, beautiful. There's literally nothing wrong with this man. And then a woman with a straight face will look you dead in the eye and say she'll do anything to have sex with James A. Caster. Whatever
Who? I mean, he's just an average-looking guy. I mean, look, I've seen guys say that, like, really attractive, like, girls and also mousy kind of girls are attractive, too. I think girls are just being honest, too. He's structured. I don't think he's bad-looking. Like, I feel like some people fucking have a type. Yeah, he's got a great jaw. I mean, like, I don't know, some people like that shit.
Mousy comedian guy, and you're like, what is going on? I don't understand.
Mousy comedian guy? He's got a fucking huge jaw, though.
Mousy comedian guy, and you're like, what is going on? I don't understand this. Now, the female gaze is something that has been talked about all over social media, especially recently when discussing the women of Euphoria, and every film's person's Letterboxd account when watching a portrait of a lady on fire. Now, to my knowledge, the male and female gaze differs between the two, as one is the attraction to the person, who they are, and also how good they looked up when their arms are rolled up on their sleeves.
No comment. No comment.
That's something that I don't understand, but women will explain to you. And
women, I would boil it down to, like, female psychology is that, like, if you can fucking beat up some fucking men, yeah.
The other is, how big can I make this rack on a superhero girl? Or how veiny can I make this man's arms when I draw him?
I thought he was gonna say something else. Yo, this video's kind of strange. I thought he was gonna say something else. Whoa!
Yeah, I'll let you figure out which one is which. Spoiler, the ladies care about rolled up arms and men like big bazongas. Now, according to this Reddit post I was looking for research, the definition of the female gaze is as follows. Inherent in the concept of the male gaze is the idea that the perspective of the audience is male, and it looks at women as objects of desire and objects for use, rather than as human beings with their own goals and motives just like men. Okay.
Bro, there's so many girls on fucking Twitter talking about how they want to use Leon Kennedy after the game came out. I don't want to hear this. Women do the same shit as men.
So, misogyny.
Really
yeah, of course. Women are not socialized to consider men objects in this way. Men are culturally defined as default human beings. And
no, they're just viewed as wallets. Yeah, you guys are all walking wallets. What do you mean?
Are socialized to view men as protagonists and choice makers, the ones who engage in actions, not the ones acted upon. Girls are encouraged to identify with everyman characters, even when they're boys. Boys are rarely encouraged to read girl stories and aren't inclined to identify with female characters, so it's different.
If I didn't like a story with a boy in it, I just didn't watch it. Is that cooked? Like, if I had a Cartoon Network show that was like I just didn't watch it. I probably didn't know why, but it was probably my bias as like a little kid that I couldn't identify with the show. Which, there's nothing inherently wrong with that. It's just your basic psychology. You look at something, if you don't want to relate to it or you can't relate to it, then you'll just turn it off and watch something else. It's not that fucking big of a deal. What is this, rocket science?
Made me sad, because all of that's very true and I never really thought about it, but holy a girl reading Percy Jackson is a girl who likes books. A boy reading, I can't even name a girl book. That's more about me not reading books, but it's also sexist. Now, the purpose of this video is, one, I don't know.
My brother, when he was a little kid, I remember he was like maybe like 6 or 7 years old. When he was about 7 years old, he wanted to be a ballerina and he got bullied relentlessly for it to the point where he just like quit. Yeah, he went to ballet classes. Yeah.
About anything. We want to get that out clear. I've made that clear in a lot of things. The dentists are very mad at me for one of my more recent videos. But I thought it would be fun to go through some examples of the female gaze phenomenon and then rank them based on what I believe is what people would think looking through the female gaze. I'm ranking how female gaze. Now it's sounding like G-A-Y-S. I'm ranking how much female gaze are these people. Okay. You guys understand the concept? Please, for the love of God, tell me. Maybe Chris can put
I like having this male perspective and him trying to understand it.
Something up on the screen that makes it simpler, but he probably can't because I'm not explaining this well. But we're ranking people on how female gaze they are. Now, before we jump in on the ranking, let's do some examples of male versus female gaze so we can all get together here. Okay. Male gaze, Captain America. Yeah. Definitely Captain America. I mean, that's as male gaze as it gets, I would assume. Chris Evans. Someone once said I look like Chris Evans if he died in a lake and showed up in a river 2 weeks later. I always say that, but I think that's the funniest thing anyone has ever said about my appearance. But at least they thought I looked like Chris Evans at one point. You know what I mean? And that's the male gaze. I would love to be Chris Evans. The female gaze version of this is Loki. Although there is, he did get ripped for some shirtless scenes, but like, he's like a little slimy man. He reminds me of a Astorian, I think, from...
Women love villains. Yeah, like, I think that's definitely it. That's why, like, Astalor in the new WoW expansion and, freaking this guy, dude, Astarion, yeah, they like villains. You gotta be a little bit evil. You gotta have a little bit of, like, toxicity to you. It's kind of like why people like, almost like a little bit of crazy in girls. They do.
3 and my girlfriend.
It just has to be like in moderation, and that's why fantasy boys and girls, like, it's okay to like a little bit of crazy, because after all, it's just a fantasy.
Loves that dude, like wants to have sex with him, and I hate him. I think he's a whiny, snivelly little bitch, but that's kind of what you want. You know what I mean? All right, moving on. I think a great superhero example of the male versus female gaze is Henry Cavill versus David Cornsweat. Is that how you say his last name? That cannot be right. I've heard it a million times, but yeah, it's just Cornsweat. What a name. You're sweaty corn. I love that. But Henry Cavill was all about being masculine and having his shirt off sometimes, and he's just so handsome and the chiseled jaw. Meanwhile, David Cornsweat's character, even though he is one of the most beautiful people on earth, it's more about his emotions and how he has a relationship with Lois Lane and how he's struggling to have...
Yeah, women like emotions. No, I'm not being that fucking obvious and... But... Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of difficult because, like, I know some people will argue and say, like, oh, women don't like it when you're, like, not a 6'5" fucking chiseled dude. But, like, if you're a funny fucking guy, it makes up for a lot of your... If you have good charisma and you're really funny, it can bump you up at, like, at least 1 to 2, maybe even 3 points. Like, if you're a 5, you can go all the way up to an 8, depending on how charismatic you are. That's why you see people who are, like... actors and stuff, even though I don't think it's a great 1-to-1 because it's a status thing on top of that, but like people who aren't exactly like super duper attractive who are still really, really funny and very, very charismatic and entertaining that have like a fucking attractive wife.
You know what I mean?
Affluent wife.
Probably, maybe not. I don't understand the female gaze, but I understand where this is coming from. I think one of the best example of female gaze is Schmidt. No, not Schmidt. What's the other one? It's New Girl. Nick Miller, the character of Nick Miller in New Girl, that is the female gaze. And
just looks like a normal dude to me.
A lot of people used to tell me I acted like Nick Miller before I watched the show, and now no one says that anymore. And that hurts, because now I realize that was hot. They were calling me hot, and now that's not the case anymore. I don't know, maybe I just need to talk more. And also, Nick Miller is conventionally attractive, but you know, it's more about how he acts than what he looks. That's what the female gaze is, not just this. That's what men want. We just want this. Girls want what's inside.
That's why when you read, if you ever like go out of your way to read like fucking woman novels, oh my god, don't do it. Like I read them a couple of times and I thought like to myself like, Jesus Christ, this is awful writing. It's all about like their actions and how they talk about the female protagonist and shit like that. Whereas with like males, if they're going to like beat off to like, I don't know, some fucking corn or something, it's all about the visuals. Women are very much like mental, how do I put it? Like they just want to like talk about their fucking feelings. They do. It makes them feel good. That's why girls fucking love foreplay and shit. Guys can just like instantly get into it. Girls, they need the build up. Definitely.
Comes to Disney, male gaze would be Gaston, female gaze is Flynn Rider, who is just a pretty girl. Flynn Rider is just a pretty girl who happens to be a man. Now that we have the male versus the female gaze down, let us jump into me actually trying to get this, because all of that was told to me by my producer, Anna. So now it's just up to me. And we're gonna see how off. Let's talk to the ladies in the comments are gonna rip me apart because I'm gonna see what's up. Up first, we have Howl from Howl's Moving Castle. Now, I've only seen clips of this. I'm not a big.
He has the voice actor for the English version of it is Christian Bale, and he's an attractive actor. I think this is a little bit biased too, because girls fucking love hot voices. I guess guys do too. Yeah, like when a character from Zenless Zone Zero has like a fucking hot mommy voice, I think guys like it too. I think that's a little bit, dark and brooding. Yeah.
Ghibli guy, I'm gonna be honest.
Attractive male behavior is illegal. No, if you're attractive and you do something cringeworthy, girls will like brush it off because you're just being like fumbly and cute around them. But if you're an unattractive guy, then it's like, HR department!
Get over that you'll get beat up if you like anime sense of my childhood. Now anime is mainstream, so it's pretty normal to watch this shit, but I still have to get over it. It's voiced by Christian Bale, which is hot. And if I remember anything from the movie, he's very like he's like a monster, but he's very loving. And girls love monsters. Is that wrong?
He's so on point with that. Bro, just go to any fucking book. Go to Target if you have a Target nearby. Next time you go to the Target section, I saw it myself the other day. I went to Target and I was going into the electronics section, and the electronics section is kind of near where the books are. I walked past it, walked along the wall, and I saw in the distance #book talk, and I was like, bro, they literally have an entire section dedicated to this shit. How fucked is that?
For me to say, I've seen the shit you write in your Wattpads. You want to have sex with monsters that love you. So I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10 on the female gaze.
And that's another thing. It's the same version of like, I can fix him, but it's a monster. And that's what women like try to justify with like, you know, reading these novels and stuff. Yeah, like they want to fix the big scary monster, and it's soft on the inside.
Because he's like this awful thing, but he actually turns out he has a heart of gold. Yeah. I haven't seen the movie. I might be completely off here, but that's what I'm getting from this. Next up, Hiccup from How to Train Your Dragon. That's a tough one. Young.
Isn't he like a kid in the first one?
Hiccup. I mean, he gets older and he gets like hot physically, but he is a human ick. You know what I mean? Like in the early things, he's like, oh, he talks like, oh, I'm Hiccup. Like he's just like, well, he always moves with his hands and stuff. But once at the end of the first movie and he figures it out, that's kind of sick. Like he's always stuck to his plan. He's got goals. He's not like the other Vikings.
Yeah, but there's also like an argument to be had that a lot of women who are stupid, which there are a lot of them, they don't want to stick around with a guy that's a project. Like I think I feel like a lot of people don't take that, and I think like that's the problem with relationships nowadays from both sides actually, is that you don't want to like stick around with something. You want the end product. You want the instant gratification. Yeah, they want the glow up immediately. They want this like in the fantasy, but they don't want it in real life. Some women do want a project. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I think there's like a lot of people that don't mind it, but like I think with social media, it's become a lot worse, and they don't want to like work on themselves or work with someone else as well.
Then in the second movie, he's dope as still f***ing up, and he also, like, I think he's very mean to his girlfriend in a way that he, like, I don't know, he gets in the way of himself. But I do, female gaze-wise, I'd probably give him a 6. I think 6 is fair. If it was male gaze, 3. But female gaze, I think, you know, if he wasn't so goddamn stubborn, he has a lot to give.
I'm not invested. I can't give an opinion on this.
He needs to get out of his own way. And I think girls don't like that. Who knows? I'm so talking out of my ass here. Nick Wilde from Zootopia. Well, this is just something.
I'm not a fucking furry, bro.
We have to live with.
And no, you can't fucking say, oh my god, you're a fox girl. This is literally furry territory. I'm a fox girl. I'm not a fox. This dude is literally a fox.
With, I guess. If you're a furry, 10 out of 10. A furry female gaze. But I don't know. I don't know about this one. I know a lot of people want to have sex with a fox. I know a lot of people want to have sex with that bunny. I don't know why they made her thick. They gave her an ass. Sorry for noticing. But he is a shyster. He is a kind of a piece of shit. At the end, he's very father-like towards Judy, which I could see, and he's very sweet, and he learns his lessons. I haven't seen the second one, don't know what happens. But I don't know, I'd probably give it a 4. I might be wrong about this one. I mean, he's very suave and shit, but he's kind of an asshole. And like, I don't know. I feel like girls wouldn't, oh, there's the class.
It's the attitude, yeah, for sure. I think the attitude helps a lot.
Like, go, the nice guy finishes last. But like, I don't know. Seems like a not chill dude. So I'll give it a 4. Let me know in the comments down below. Might be completely wrong there. Milo from Atlantis. 10 fingies up. That is the female gaze ad nauseum. Super passionate about his interests. Very well educated. Got a little bit of a twink thing going on. Like a little wiry body, but still in shape. The big glasses, the 90s split hair, which my hair just does naturally, and I'm so sick of it. I think it looks dorky, but it looks great on him. He stutters all the time. I mean, he's voiced by Michael J. Fox.
But Akita, though, chat,
who is the best speaker of all time. I could listen to him read a novel, and he doesn't have like a good, deep, like beautiful voice. He's just always the Michael J. Fox. Like he's always just like kind of working his way through a sentence, which I think people love. But once again, like the way he treats that unbelievably hot Atlantis girl, like he really cares about her. You know what I mean? This is the pinnacle.
And he doesn't treat her like an object like everybody else does in the movie, even though that's like an underlying thematic thing, because everybody views her as like, oh, she's like a novelty and stuff, and he like sees inside her and she's just another person. The movie's goated. Yeah, I think genuinely like Atlantis should have been one of the top 10 like movies for Disney. They really shit the bed on that one. For like I think it was like marketing. I guess it wasn't really marketable. Such a good movie.
Female gaze, absolutely. Nightwing from Teen Titans. I don't know. He's got a fat ass. I don't know anything about him.
Whoa, what? I didn't even know that. What?
Nightwing from Teen Titans. I didn't care about Teen Titans that much. I don't think he's not in the original like cartoon show. That's Robin. Although they might be the same people. I don't know. I don't know Marvel
and Robin.
or DC.
I'm not into superheroes, but sure.
He's like a dark, brooding guy. You know what I mean?
Conventionally attractive, brooding, emo guy. Sure, yeah.
The male gaze, I'll give it a 7, and then you fill in the female parts there, because I have no idea. Now let's move on to the real people, because I don't know why we started out with cartoons. But we're moving on to the real people now, and the first one is the priest from Fleabag. 10 out of 10. Have you guys seen Fleabag? Fleabag season 2 is the most, I don't want to say chick flick, but it's like the most I've ever felt ladylike while watching a show, because I want to marry the priest. Everything. No, I want to be the priest, I guess. Spoilers. I'm going to talk about it real quick. If you haven't seen it, just stop watching this video and go watch it. But like, he's a priest, and he's just like talking this girl through some shit, and she like falls in love with him, and then she's like, I love you, and he goes, it'll pass. And he's got like an Irish accent. Oh my God, it's so good. But like, from a male gaze, he's not attractive. He just like notices her in a way that is so romantic. I mean, the fourth wall breaks. You guys know what I'm talking about. He notices her in a way that's just like almost magic. It makes me so happy. And it makes, I'm assuming, the female gaze raunchy. Dude, I can't imagine somebody who would do that better. And plus, he's like forbidden fruit. Like, he's not supposed to do this. We're not supposed to do this. Like, 10 out of 10 female gaze.
That's a big part,
Mr. Darcy from Pride and Prejudice. Now,
for the forbidden fruit angle, like Romeo and Juliet type shit, yeah, fucking chicks like that. Wow.
Put a picture of this man with his sideburns. Conventionally hideous, might I say. Just like, not a big, just not.
What? Bro, am I fried?
Attractive. But look up the definition of yearning just in the dictionary. There is a picture of this goofy man next to it. This man loves and wants more than any other human.
I think my index is cooked. Like, I am not fucking picky, bro. It's like a 6. I guess. He's right, he's pretty gross. He's a sick. No, shut the fuck up. Don't fucking type that. I'm not reading that out loud.
being ever has, and that's why women love him. My girlfriend and Mr. Darcy go way back. It's an obsession that
Yeah, is this from like a fucking British drama? Probably. I can see it now though.
I did not understand could be an obsession until I met my girlfriend. There's a reason why women love Pride and Prejudice, fellas, and it's because there's a character in that book that gives a woman something that a real woman will never get, and it's a man who gives a the entire time. So
That's so funny to me.
oh, 10 out of 10 once again. Maybe 9 out of 10. No, probably 10 out of 10. I mean, honestly, there's a lot of 10 out of 10s on here. Now let's move away from characters and let's move to real life celebrities and see how much this hits. Pedro Pascal is a weird one. I don't know.
I can't answer for this because I think he's such a fucking douchebag. Like in real life now that I think he's ugly. Even though he's not physically ugly, I think he's ugly now. I thought he was such a good actor in Game of Thrones. I thought he was awesome. I thought he did such a good job. He really got into it. But now that I found out that he's like a fucking insufferable fucking prick, I can't watch him. I just think he's ugly. He's ugly on the outside to me.
I mean, he's very conventionally handsome, but he doesn't act like how you want a leading man in Hollywood to act. He's goofy. He's a goofball. He's a little sassy. You know what I mean? Like, he's very anxiety forward and very, not PC, what's the word I'm looking for? Very liberal. He fights for rights of other people. And also, look at his arms. Girls love a good forearm, I'll be honest with you. So all that being said, he's not fantasy. So he's not going to be as big as the other guys, but I'll probably give it between a 6.5 and a 7 out of 10. Just because he's still a dude, like through and through. And I think the female gaze is pretty against just, this is going to sound like anti-feminist, but like just being a dude is a demerit. I think any woman could agree with that. Because at the end of the day, this guy does sit on the couch for like 4 hours at a time and doesn't clean. Why are you just sitting there? Holy we got shit to do. And he's like, I'll give him a minute. Like Pedro Pascal has done that to a woman at one point, and you're thinking about that, right? And you're thinking that's a demerit because he is a dude at the end of the day. So 6.5 out of 10. Hudson Williams. Once again, this is just a woman who's a man, and that's what women love. I mean, look how fancy, beautiful, sexy, but not like masculine sexy. Like she's slippery. I don't know anything about Hudson Williams.
Like roguish? Yeah, I can see that. Girls love a roguish type. I think actually I could probably break this down even better. There's like archetypes that kind of almost match classes. Does that make sense? Like there's the slippery rogue, there's the hoity mage, there's the, I don't fucking know, like the warrior fucking type. You know what I'm saying? I think guys can fit into those archetypes.
Slippery. I don't know anything about Hudson Williams. I'm just looking at a picture of him. Hair perfect. Face so youthful. Just a little bit of a Twinkie energy. Twinkie. And I think ladies like that. I'm not sure. A certain amount of women like that. Internet women like that. So I'll give it 1, maybe 6. I don't know. Could be a piece of shit. Could be an asshole. Could be a womanizer. We don't know. I don't know. Matthew Gray Gubler. That's not how you pronounce that. Gubler? I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce that. But this is the guy from, what's that show? Forensic Files? No. It's one of those murder shows. Chris, please put it on the screen. Even while watching this show, I wanted to have sex with this man. For sure. Because he's like a little bit of like a dork, like keeps to himself. And he's like, oh, by the way, here's the perfect piece of information. And a little snide quip. And then I'll go back to my own thing. Oh, you want to talk to me? Oh, okay, I guess I'll talk. And then he's like really suave because he's just like too shy.
That's what I'm saying though. Like he's literally pointing out my fucking point though. Like it doesn't matter if you don't find them like, I don't find the guy super attractive, but I'm just saying like if I saw him talking on the screen, I would probably change my mind and maybe bump it up a little bit more because he's charismatic. He's probably suave in the show. Yeah.
But perfectly, I don't know. I love him so much. Every guy in the early 2000s wanted to be him. And every woman wanted to be with him. And he is the perfect person. This is the female gaze, 9 out of 10. We have Hosier. I still don't know how to pronounce it. He's a tall Irish man with beautiful flowing hair, and he sings perfect love songs, yearning love songs, and he's shy, and he doesn't say anything
remember, bitches love yearning.
Anything controversial.
You have to take it in stride though. Bitches love yearning, but you can't fucking suffocate them. You have to be kind of like you ever have a cat and it acts aloof, and then it comes up to you and like bumps your legs? Yeah, that's like a cat thing.
and he's just like kind of quiet and perfect. 10 out of 10. How does it get better than that? And this last one was Phil Dunphy from Modern Family. Now I do believe Anna put a self in.
He's so funny though. Like he plays the dumb fucking himbo like kind of like really well though.
Here. I feel like that's a little thing between her and God, not a thing between me and my audience.
Really
but correct
funny.
me if I'm wrong. Maybe Phil Dunphy.
And that's what I mean. He's kind of like he's like average attractiveness. I think he's on the older side. Maybe he'd look a little bit better. Maybe when he was a little bit younger, maybe like 10, 15 years. I think he's on the older side. But he's like a good like dad where it's like he bumps up his like fucking charisma by like at least 2 to 3 points. Like if you say average, like 5, he's like an 8. He can go up to an 8 because he's so funny.
He's beekeeping age. He's
the guy that voices Nick in Zootopia. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. This is why a lot of girls want to bang the fucking stupid fox.
He cares about his family a lot. All he wants to do is love other people. From a male standpoint, I think he's very attractive. Male gaze wise, I'd probably say a 7 out of 8 out of 10 in terms of the attractiveness scale. I can't talk, but I would like to. This is what I'm gonna throw to the audience, the female audience, all 2 of you. How do you guys think about Phil Dunphy? Like, is that a big ooga booga thing, or is it like a what is Anna talking about? I'm genuinely curious. So those are all the ones
I'd learn to be a himbo. Kirsha would like that. I think she's expressed that she likes fucking. She likes himbos.
I have time for today. I would like to know any other examples you have in the comments of like.
I need a man who's smarter than me. I'm already fucking. I'd like to think I'm pretty smart.
True female gaze, the purest of its
nice,
form. And like, I just want to learn more. That's all I'm trying to do, guys. That's why I have this career, to learn from women. I don't talk, I listen when a woman's in the room. Unless they're getting yappy, right, fellas? High five, Chris. Yeah, Chris is in on that joke, for sure. Right here, Chris. Put a hand right here, because you're a sexist, and I want to get you on board of that. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. New videos every Saturday and sometimes Wednesday. And also, Extra Tug. Check out extratug.com. $4 a month. You get a bunch of shit. You get a video a week. That's usually it's shit that I can't put on this platform, so it's usually dirty or dark or whatever the we just talked about Waco, Texas. That was crazy. And you get your name at the end of the video, and you get to support me. And sometimes you get discounts. You check it out. Maybe we're running a discount right now. Go check out the website. You only find out if you go over there. So, thank you guys. Have a good one. Bless your hearts. Bye-bye.
Alana standards are lower than the Mariana Trench. Buddy, you need to go back to school if you're gonna try and burn me, okay? If you're gonna say standards, like, come on. Standards. Marinara Trench. Damn! No, that was fun. I like that. I learned a lot from chat. I learned that women doobie dooba. I mean, you know what's funny? I think like men in a way also can overlook like if a girl is mousy and relatively like maybe she's like a little bit average or below average, as long as she's like fucking cooking banger meals, or I don't know, maybe she fucking sucks your dick really good. I don't know, but like I think that's the bonus points, you know? Like you can overlook if she's like not a fucking 10 out of 10 fucking girl. Maybe she's a little bit submissive. Maybe she doesn't speak up, like fucking interrupt you all the fucking time like I fucking do, you know? I think that fucking bumps you up.